Hey folks, CA Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to yet another Thursday live stream. Just in case if there are few people who have joined in for this live stream for the very first time, two important announcements. Number one, I used to take live streams at 9 p.m. on every Thursday. And we are doing this experiment and we are checking that if I just pull this live stream from 9 p.m. to 3 p.m., how does this work? So every Thursday, I do this live stream at 3 p.m. That's an important point. So don't forget to tune in on every Thursday at 3 p.m. And number two, very, very important, what is this Thursday live stream all about? It's a very, very nice way to understand a weekly roundup of what's happening, whatever news I feel which are extremely important and which can help you to understand what's currently going on in the market. But if you don't have time to track the market every day, then I think this weekly roundup helps you a lot to even understand what are the key Nifty levels and what could be the next few triggers. And whenever I feel that there is some interesting topic, some interesting observation that me and my team has found out, I definitely love to present that in front of you. So today we're going to start off with Nifty, the range that I'm looking at right now, number one. Number two, we are going to talk about few key triggers that can lead the Nifty in a certain direction. Very important and a very crazy observation that me and my team did about IPOs, about the recently listed IPOs in the month of August. Even I was surprised to see the performance of all these IPOs. And whatever our observations are, I'm going to present it in front of you. It's just pure data. It's a purely data-driven thing that I will be presenting. So that's going to be interesting. And my team member got one doubt about bonds, a lot of bond buying being happening in foreign currency. I'll also quickly answer that towards the end. Okay. So I am going to discuss about how the overall Nifty is right now. But while I'm talking, if you can just tell me, had any one of you applied for any IPOs that got listed in the month of August? I want you to tell that anyone who has applied for any IPO which got listed in the month of August, and not only applied, but if you have gotten those IPOs. So just for fun, okay, anyone who had got any IPOs, just tell me in the comment section. Till then, let me take you to Nifty. Okay, so for that, I'm going to share my screen. Let me just quickly share it. I can see few people who have not applied also. So we'll get to see how many people have applied, how many have not, and any IPO which specifically anyone got. Okay, right. So first, let's go to Nifty. If you can see, very nice pattern that we are seeing in Nifty. Nifty is narrowing down on the range. If you can see, this was a low that happened on 2nd of April 2026. Next low we had on 11th of June 2026. The next low was 24th July 2026. And if you see, what I've done is I've tried to join the lows in this case. And if you can see that last Thursday, I think this is where we were, somewhere here. Yes, this is where we were. And I said that hopefully the upward sloping trend line, this one, that is not broken. And for that, if you remember, I had already told you that 24,000 is a very important level that we have to maintain. And here you can see yesterday's closing was pretty much touch and go. Yesterday's closing was 24,078. But today it is pretty much flat. I think 100, 150, 153 points up on Nifty right now. But yes, it is still in green. Hopefully it stays within this range and doesn't go anywhere else. So which range should you be checking out for right now? At the lower end, 24,000, and at the upper end, this level, which is 24,600. So it's narrowing down. If you see this earlier range, this is 22,100 versus 24,600. This is a crazy gap, 3,500 almost. And this is narrowing down and narrowing to now we are left with only 600 points of gap. And if it breaks either this way or this way is what we have to check. If it breaks this way, I'll be very unhappy. This way, wow, I'll be really happy. But the problem is that right now there are certain pointers which are not really extremely encouraging. And one of that factor is UK oil. Now, if you see here, UK oil has been rising from the start of this month itself. Almost, so start of course happened somewhere here, August. This is the first candle. It went down. So this is what, 31st July, sorry. This is where we started. For 3rd of August, it was a Monday, sorry, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles here and there, but continuously since then it has been increasing, and higher crude oil is going to be a dampener for us. So we have to just pray that crude oil doesn't go back and beyond these levels of 100. Right now, as I do this live stream, it is at around 93.85. So we should just try and see that whether we can't do anything about that. We just have to track this number and hopefully it doesn't go beyond 100. But always remember that whenever India is buying crude oil, whatever we see on TradingView, is that the number at which we buy oil? Actually, the answer is no. We buy it from different sources. And see, what has happened right now is that there was a data which was published. I read this in Business Standard newspaper, which mentioned that the crude oil imports have gone up. It's not only about the price, it's also about the volume. So India's net crude import bill itself has gone up by 41% YOY if I'm comparing July 26. Okay. In this, the volume has also gone up and the price has also gone up. So volume has gone up by 13% and the overall crude prices, that is the value, it has gone up by 16%. So both volume, value and net import bill, everything is up. With that, what will happen? Is there going to be a obvious pressure on USD INR relation where INR will get weak? Answer is yes, and that's what we are seeing. Since August again, the USD has been increasing, which is equal to the rupee is definitely losing out ground and is weakening a bit, right? Now we also have to understand that with all these scenarios, this war related scenario, how much is our crude oil or what is our crude oil basket? How does it look like? Who is our largest crude oil importer in July? If I were to ask that, I don't know how many of you have read this, but Russia is our largest crude oil supplier for the month of July, and we have accounted for almost 55% of our total crude imports, and they have happened only from Russia. So Russia is the topmost, and among the top five, we have Russia, we have UAE, we have Saudi Arabia, we have Venezuela, and we also have Brazil, which all these five together account for almost 80% of the total crude oil imports. Now, one more point that we have to also understand is about RBI. See, if crude oil keeps on increasing, inflation can increase. And there was an MPC that happened. MPC is a Monetary Policy Committee meeting, MPC meeting that happened, and a lot of people were saying that the RBI, a lot of people were expecting that the inflation can go up further, and in fact RBI has also raised its production its projection for inflation at 5.9%. So if that be so, there is a possibility that RBI can become more and more hawkish. Hawkish is basically they'll try to control inflation by hook or crook. More crude oil prices, I'll just tell this to you in a simple manner. More crude oil prices is equal to more inflation. Okay, and if the inflation goes higher, RBI has to ensure that inflation is kept in check. And whenever they target that, come what may, inflation has to come down. We say that RBI maintains a hawkish view. Okay, HAWK, hawkish view. And if RBI is like, TK, inflation is within our control, that is called as a dovish view, DOVE, dove. Okay, birds, hawk and dove. So whenever you read this word in the newspaper, that there is a hawkish view, what do we mean by hawkish? That definitely the RBI is feeling that we should be controlling inflation. Okay, that is a hawkish view. So 3 points that are discussed right now, that Nifty is becoming range bound, but the plus side is that the overall sentiment is seeming to be becoming more and more positive, but 2-3 negative points also that we talked about. Crude is increasing, rupee is weakening, and inflation is also not that great right now. Now, talking about the IPOs, very important point that I had to show you. I'm going to share my screen, and let me just quickly share it for you all. And if you see here, IPOs in August, have a look at this. 11 IPOs that have come up in August versus July 13. Okay. Now, if you have a look at this, 11 IPOs, the issue price versus the listing close. If I just were to check issue price versus listing close, for those people who applied and who got the IPO and assume they sold on the listing day near the close, look at the percentage gains: 60%, 47%, 29%, 36%, all in double digits. 46%, 26%, 46%, 15%, 13%, one a single digit, that to negative, which was Leap India. Okay. But apart from Leap India, so out of 11 IPOs that got listed in the month of August, 10 were such that got listed at not only a premium but a double digit premium. Many people, what they do is they check it with GMP, okay, which is the gray market premium. And if you see, almost in all cases, the GMP GMP, whatever was being seen, the listing gain has been shade higher than that. Now, if you see 46, 60 percentage wise, right? 36, 47%, 14%, 29%, 30%, 36%. But if one were to conclude, acha, this means that whatever is the GMP, the listing percentage, listing day gain will be higher than that. If that is going to be your conclusion, that can go wrong. Because if you see for Leap India, GMP was 8%. Okay, gray market premium was 8%, but it happened at the listing happened at a the close happened at a discount of 8%. Of course, we can also check the open price and then check the GMP. But overall, day one close was at 8% discount. So please don't say that whatever is the GMP, utna to listing hona hi chahiye. That's not the conclusion. GMP, can that guide you in some direction? Yes, but that should not be used as a sole indicator. That is number one, and very very important to important point number two is gray market premium is not a regulated market. So please be aware of that fact. SEBI, it doesn't come up under the SEBI jurisdiction. So you have to be very sure that if you're looking at it, it's just an additional point that you should be checking. Don't make any final conclusions based on GMP. Okay, can that be one of your study pointers? Yes. One more study pointer that you could have is how about the subscription status. Now have a look at the subscription status. 1, 2, and 3, which is Manipal, Juniper, and Leap India. These three IPOs had a single digit but still oversubscription. So this means 5 times oversubscribed, 8 times oversubscribed, again 8 times oversubscribed. But barring these three, look at the oversubscriptions. 118 times oversubscribed, 102 times oversubscribed. कहाँ से आते हैं ये लोग? How much money does Indian markets have? Just have a look at these numbers. This very clearly tells that people have money to invest. They are just looking at the right price, right time, or what. You can decide for yourself. But you can see the crazy amounts of oversubscriptions that we can see right now. MV Electrosystems, 200 times oversubscription. But does this mean that oversubscription is equal to good listing? No, that cannot be the only parameter to look at. But can it be one of the parameters to look at? For sure, it can be. So two parameters that I told you today. One is GMP, one is subscription. And the third one is more or less like an investment philosophy, where there could be some investors who may say, if it is a loss making company right now, I don't want to invest. When it becomes profitable, I may think of investing. Okay. For MV Electrosystems, it was in losses, and for Shiprocket also it was in losses, though both companies did a good listing day premium. And even today, listing day till date, also the gains have been decent enough. But still, what could be the different philosophies is what I discussed. One we talked about was the GMP. If the GMP is good, is higher, one can look at it. Typically, the listing may happen around that, but it is not necessary that it will happen in that way. That is number one. Number two, you can check is the subscription status. If subscription is on a higher side, again, simple meaning is there are more and more people who are interested in it. And if you give a benefit of doubt that itne log kar rahe, there are so many people who are investing, who are keen to invest, it means that they might have also done their studies, and that could be the reason why they are also keen on investing. So that could be one more pointer to check. And the third pointer that we talked about is about the investment philosophy that you should check, which is about what is the profitability of the company. Some investors may say that if it is a loss making company, I would not want to invest in it. Okay. Is there any way through which we can even use AI for analyzing IPOs? There is. Definitely, you can use AI to quickly summarize the 600-pager RHP. And that is exactly what I'm going to include in my new Basics of Stock Market course. I plan to release this on Rakhi Purnima. Okay, this is just the first time I'm announcing this, but I'm sure many people may have some doubts. That is the reason why I'm just telling this to you in the beginning itself. If you go to our website, if you hit individual courses And if you go to the beginner one, that's the filters that we are using. In that, you can see basics of stock market. This is the course that I'm reshooting right now. I had gotten few feedbacks which said that something like futures and options or even price action analysis, all these courses are a studio recording, and that gives a very nice sound and video quality. So what if we can get basics of stock market, fundamental and technical analysis as a studio shoot environment? And that is the reason why I've started shooting basics of stock market. It should be available for you all on Rakhi Purnima. We may release this in two halves. First half will be released in Rakhi Purnima, and balance lectures may be released in a matter of 2 weeks. But there would be a lot of people who may say, but what if we enroll today, or what if we enroll before Rakhi Purnima? Will we get the latest version? You will get the updated version. Even if you have bought maybe just 1 week, 1 month ago or 2 months ago, we'll keep a cutoff, maybe 6 months or something like that. We may keep a cutoff, and anyone who wants to get the new recording, we will make it available to you. Okay, so don't worry on that. And this new recording for basics of stock market, as I mentioned, will be available to you also. Even if you want to enroll today, you will get the latest updated recording. Okay. One more quick pointer, apart from that, was on bonds. A sudden buying has happened in our bonds. Basically, these are, if you have seen my latest video on YouTube, which was about the FCNRB. In FCNRB video, there are actually two more ways which were involved for raising funds in US dollars. One was OFCB. OFCB is basically overseas foreign currency bonds, and one is ECB, which is like an external commercial borrowings. In simple words, banks can raise money not in Indian currency but in foreign currency. Okay, and for that they give a fixed rate of interest, and logic is same, that the hedging will be taken care of by RBI. RBI will bear whatever is the hedging cost. Tashu, if you can just share the link of our latest YouTube video, which was about FCNRB. Please watch that video. You will understand why foreigners have a very nice opportunity of investing at a higher rate of interest. Because before the scheme, if it's like a 3-year FD, 3-year to 5-year FD is the time slot. For that, roughly interest rate that was available was around 3%. And with this new FCNRB, investors are getting an opportunity to invest at 6%, 6.5% in certain cases. And banks like SBI, ICICI, HDFC, all these are offering. So please watch that YouTube video. I've put it in the chat right now. We'll also put it in the pinned comment and in the description box. If you have any NRI friends, if you have any NRI relatives, please share that video. Please share this video with them, because the last date for them to do this FD in India with all these banks, whichever bank you want, ICICI, HDFC, Axis, SBI, whatever, the last date is 31st August. In fact, original last date was 30th September, and they preponed it because they got an overwhelming response. And that's the reason why they said, Acha, whatever we had in our mind, we are getting that much response. And that could be the reason why they are preponing it by entire 1 month. Last date will be 31st of August. But then this was about FDs from foreign, and so FDs from NRIs basically. What you also have to understand is, apart from FCNRB, there is also a bond facility, which is something like an OFCB or ECB, where a lot of banks, including IDFC First Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, ICICI, HDFC, SBI, Bank of Baroda, all of them have bought, all of them have raised large amount of dollars through these overseas dollar denominated bonds. And believe it or not, they have raised $3 billion in just 10 days. That's crazy. $3 billion in 10 days. And same, there is a swap facility which I've talked about in the YouTube video, which I've pinned. They are going to make use of that. And because of that, banks will be at a better position to offer better interest rates. What about tax for NRIs? How will it? Oh, I'm not an international taxation expert, so I will not be the right person to comment on the taxation part. Is there any cap, or is there any specific limit or not? Plus, that is also guided by the DTAA, which is the Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. So, taxation related, you can ask your chartered accountant. Okay. Apart from that, one more thing. I hope you're also checking sugar stocks, and sugar stocks have been rallying quite a bit. If you check something like Balarampur Chini or Triveni Engineering or Shri Renuka Sugars, which else? Bajaj Hindustan. I think Dhampur Sugar is also one stock. Uh, Dalmia Bharat is one more stock. All these stocks, check out the 1 week return, check out the 1 month return. It has been very interesting to watch a sharp spike in the prices, and one of the reason is the sharp spike in sugar prices also. There are four main reasons why this happened. I'm just going to quickly tell this to you. Number one is low sugar availability, and overall the domestic inventories have fallen, because of which normal demand supply mismatch. There is a big demand, but supply is not that much. Weather concerns, of course, still do persist, though the rain is way better right now, but it's still erratic or inadequate as per certain agencies. Third thing is the festival demand right now. Of course, Ganpati, Diwali, Dasara, everything, all of these is going to increase the overall demand for sugar, but the supply is not that great right now. And ultimately, it's about the ethanol diversion, because some of the sugar cane definitely is being diverted towards the ethanol production instead of the sugar production. But now, with all the sugar prices rising, the government is now considering the restriction of this diversion to increase the sugar availability. And overall, there was also a report by Reuters which said that already the increase in prices has been pretty sharp. Almost 10% rise has happened in the past month. Uh, in Kolhapur, I think it has risen already by 20%. In Mumbai, again, the rise can be seen. So overall, we can see rises. I'm just giving you Maharashtra data, but I'm sure the data will extrapolate to the rest of India as well. And in fact, I also checked New York raw sugar prices. So from Maharashtra to directly New York, I know that. But the New York sugar prices are also at a 14-month high right now. So all in all, sugar as a commodity, the stock prices are increasing. Sugar as a commodity, the prices are increasing, and this could lead to an effective, news-based rally in sugar-related stocks as well. So I hope you have understood why sugar stocks are also rallying. Other than that, if you have any questions, happy to take any questions if you have any. And ma'am, your views on BSE stock if I increase their holding? Oh, BSE ke liye there are mixed pointers right now. One positive pointer is that yes, it is said that it will be included in Nifty. So any stock that gets included in the index, it's a plus point for it. Why? Because all index funds are going to rebalance and are going to buy that stock. But on the negative side, I think Jeffries, if I'm not mistaken, had downgraded BSE. So there was a tussle. But what I would suggest you all to check is, Acha, let me first ask if anyone can give me an answer for this. Who can tell me, if you want to check out a long term trend or a long term average, which one would you check? 50 DEMA? Not a long term trend. A long term support is a better word. Sorry, I'm reusing that. If you want to check a long term support for any stock, which moving average are you going to check? Will you check the 150 days moving average, 200 days moving average, 20 days moving average, 50 days moving average? Which one will you check? I want an answer. Let's see who gives me an answer. That is related. Kya baat hai? Ashish has given the right answer. Ashish, have you done any of my courses? You have given a 200 DEMA as answer, not even a simple moving average. You have very clearly told as an exponential moving average. Kya baat hai? Arey, wah, wah, wah. For Ashish says yes with a smiley. All right. Okay. So, wow. So many people are giving correct answers. Ashish, Prasanna, Aniruddha, Rajarshi, Praveen, Swarada, everyone is saying 200 days moving average, and the answer is correct. So, for example, what you can do is go to BSE. Okay. Go to BSE on TradingView. Check what is the 200 DEMA. Okay. What will what will you get an understanding of is, whenever you see that any stock is near the 200 days moving average, ideally the stock is at a support. Again, I'm repeating, this is not for BSE only. This is a general thing that you should understand. 200 demo is like last 200 days ka average. So ideally the stock should take a support there. But if the support breaks, and how, if it breaks by a big price and action, then we may say that then there is a weakness that is coming in that stock. But there are also chances that then we should also look for reversals at 200 demo. If we see a reversal at 200 demo, that's a good one, right? Titan Asian Paints Kalyan Jeweler views festive season nearing. So Typically, jewelry stocks, so not only Titan or Kalyan Jewelers, or even Asian Paints, any stocks which are related to all this jewelry related thing. So I'll not include Asian Paints in that. I'll just talk about jewelry stocks. Uh, Typically, jewelry stocks do see a high demand in Q2 and Q3. In that, if gold and silver also keeps on gradually increasing, that does have a positive impact on these stocks. In fact, I had done a live stream or a video about gold or silver prices. Tashu, if you can just check this with the research team, JJ can help you. And we had just done a video on this, that how jewelry stocks have performed during Q2 and Q3, or how gold and silver, sorry, we have discussed about how gold and silver had performed, and similar performance, I'm not saying same performance, but similar performance can be seen for even jewelry related stocks. So I'll also pin the live stream link for the jewelry or the gold and silver related thing. Okay, since USD is strengthening again, could you please comment on silver bees and HDFC gold? Why HDFC gold? Silver bees, gold bees, whatever. Uh, I am, and I was, and I continue to be bullish on silver bees, gold bees. So basically ETFs, I must say. I feel that they have seen a very nice correction, healthy correction, and even though dollar is strengthening, I feel that gold and silver should not lose their shine very easily, and ideally, it could. I'm not saying like, zoom in just one single day or a week, but slowly, steadily, it can keep on rising. Okay. Uh, Yes, Swarada is saying we did discuss about gold and silver 2 3 weeks back. We have already pasted the link. Please check that as well. There is one NFO for REITs. Your views, or you can make a shorts on it. Oh, I'll just check for the REITs IPO. I have not checked. Acha, NFO for it, yeah. So no, I have not yet checked it, but if time permits, I'll definitely make a video on that. No specific viewpoint on. If I feel that I should do a video, I'll definitely do that. But I have not checked the RHP for Sunshine Pictures yet. Okay. Prasanna is saying, ma'am, please change the timing for the live stream from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. Let us do a quick poll here. I'll just try to open my portal, and let me see how do I get this. Because I can see 2 3 people. Raviji is suggesting, Prasanna is suggesting that I change the live stream timing. I am just opening my portal. I need, because I have to go to the YouTube portal. Okay, and let me see if I can put a poll. Should I reschedule my live stream to 9 p.m.? And a yes, or can I say no, or 3 p.m. is also fine? Start poll. I've started a poll. Let me see what answers I get and how many answers I get. Till then, I'll sip 2 or 3 sips of my chai. Everyone, please vote. Fatafat. I need at least 50 votes. Come on, fast. Prasanna is saying, yes, ma'am, please. Right now, almost 50-50. I think I should end it now. Now it is inclining more towards 9 p.m. Okay. Okay, I'm ending the poll right now. I see that maybe you'll also be able to see the answer. 57% people are saying reschedule it to 9 p.m. and 43% people are saying 3 p.m. is also fine. Okay, okay. Let's see. Maybe I'll do one more live stream can focus on live charts, so 3 p.m. was better. Yeah, that was the reason why I thought 3 p.m. Was better, and I started doing at 3 p.m. But I do see people at. So what we will do is maybe one Thursday I'll do it at 9 p.m. and then there also I'll take a poll. If it is like around 50-50 only, I think makes sense even continuing at 3 p.m. But let's see. We will take a poll and we can decide. Okay. Anyways, for those who joined in late, please in the next 1.5 minute full attention, and anyone who joined in late, I will quickly discuss whatever we discussed in today's live stream. So what we started with, where or what is the range of Nifty that we should be focusing on right now, and for that I shared my chart, which is right here. So I'll just do a quick 1 minute. So I'll just do it nicely like this, and I'll close this, and then I will start again. Okay, right. For those who came in late, a quick wrap up on what we did in today's live stream. First things first, we started with Nifty. I said that Nifty is now becoming more and more range bound. And here you can see that Nifty has definitely honored this trend line. So at a lower end, around 24,000 is a support line, and at a higher end, 24,600 is a resistance. Uh, if it goes up in the northward direction, very well, but there are two pointers which are a little bit of caution. One is Brent crude, which is the crude oil. It is continuously increasing. If it starts going towards 100, beyond 100, it's not going to be good for us. One more point that we checked is USD INR. If you see that USD is also strengthening slowly and steadily, again, that is not a great thing for us. Then we talked about one more important point today, which was about the overall imports of crude. And we said that crude imports right now are very well scattered. Where top 5 nations from which we actually are importing crude, we imported crude for the month of July. They were Russia, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, and Brazil. And all 5 account for roughly 80% of our total imports. One more very important point, that though we can see crude oil right now at around 90, 93, whatever, India's crude basket was at $82.04 per barrel versus $70.95 per barrel a year ago. Okay, so is the overall basket of crude comparatively cheaper? If I were to compare that with TradingView, yes. But if I were to compare that with a year ago, we have gone up from $70 per barrel to $82 per barrel. One more very interesting statistics that I showed today. Again, no conclusion per se, but just more of an interesting or a fun fact that we discussed. That was about the IPOs that we saw in the month of August. And if you see here, out of 11 IPOs, there are 10 IPOs which saw a listing day gain. One which did not see the listing day gain was Leap India, but others all double digit listing. And even if I check the listing date till date, all are in a positive with a double digit gain. We talked about 3 pointers. One is subscription, one is GMP, and one is company's P&L. Subscription and GMP can be guiding factors, but should not be considered as the only 2 factors to check before applying for any IPO. This was more of an investor philosophy. An investor may say that if it's a loss-making company, I may stay away from that company. Okay, so that was about the IPOs that we discussed. One more very important point that we discussed in today's live stream was about sugar stocks. Sugar stocks are seeing a rally. There are many stocks which have rallied even in double digit in the last 1 week, and the main reason was the rise in sugar prices. Sugar prices have risen because of multiple reasons, be it low sugar availability, be it weather concerns, be it the festival demand, and also the diversion for ethanol production. So because of it, sugar prices have increased overall. And that was more about today's theme that we discussed. We also talked about 200 DEMA as a very, very important point where we can understand what is the support for a specific stock, right? So just in case if you missed, this was a quick summary of our Thursday live stream today. Why PFC down today? PFC are issuing bonds. There is any relation? Oh no, the bond is not affecting the stock price. It's more about their Q1 result that is impacting the stock price. The result got declared, I think, in the last week, but was not very encouraging. I intend to do a video on PFC and RSC because I keep on getting queries of these two stocks that help us understand the results, help us understand what are the different pointers that we should check. So I will be doing a video on PFC and RSC shortly, hopefully by the end of this month. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. It is 35 minutes. Okay. But I hope you found a lot of value in today's live stream as well. If you did, please don't forget to smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.